very animated today.
Hmm?
I said you're very animated today.
Yeah, that intro song goes hard. What can I say?
Yeah. Well, I hope you brought a bear fact.
No, I'm gonna go find one right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you know what the friendliest bear is?
Oh, you already have one.
Yeah.
The friendliest bear. I would say a black bear.
The American black bear is the friendliest bear.
Yeah.
They're the ones with the really long tongue.
Do they?
Did you not know black bears have like a tongue that...
Well, I know that bears have big, long tongue. Oh my gosh, that is a big... It's like 1.5 feet long.
What that mouth do? Shit, I might have to act up.
Stop it. Just stop it. Man. So after this, I'm going to go dove hunting with Brett. I had to buy my my license yesterday. I got the super combo, which means until the end of next season, I can hunt and I can go fishing. So it's like a fishing license and it's a hunting license.
That's nice.
Yeah. It was more expensive than the rest of them, but like in terms of if you were to buy a fishing license and then you were going to buy a hunting license individually, it was cheaper in terms of that. But then you can go fishing basically anywhere in Texas with the license, but also I think any bit of fishing that we've ever done, we've done like on people's property, like on private property.
Yeah.
Like if you like the place that you go fishing out sometimes in a Cedar Park.
It's off Palmer.
Okay.
I've never needed my license. Like I've never had a game warden pull up and be like, "Hey, you got papers?"
Yeah.
I've never had that happen, and I've been fishing quite a bit. But
it could happen.
It's only a matter of time until it happens one time and you don't have your license, and then boom, fine.
Yeah, I wonder how fat that fine is.
Yeah, because it's not like your driver's license ID, how you can say like my driver's license number and they can go look me up in the system. Like if you have a fishing license or your hunting license, you just buy a piece of paper and write your name on it.
Yeah.
So if you don't have your license, that's an L. That's an L.
Yeah, I mean, you can also keep your fishing license like on your phone. You can like keep a picture of it.
That's smart. I keep it in my console of my truck.
You have a fishing license?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How much did you pay for that?
It was really annoying.
Was it like $30?
It was $30 for a. I got a freshwater fishing licenance.
Here, talk off to the side of your mic.
Like over here or over here?
Your voice just sounds funny. Anyways. Maybe it's just because your voice just sounds funny.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. But it was $30 for an individual, either freshwater or saltwater, and then you can pay $40 for a combo, which is both.
Yeah.
I only had $30, so I had to only get one.
Okay.
So when I went to the coast and went saltwater fishing, I was like, man, if a game warden pulls up, I'm handing him my license, and I don't care.
Is that when you got your license?
Yeah, I got it, I think 2 weeks before that trip.
Gotcha. Yeah, really cool. So I'm gonna go shoot a shotgun for the first time ever.
I've never shot a gun.
Ever? Yeah, I've only ever shot handguns.
Really?
One was a 9mm and the other one was 45 ACP. And they're very comparable. They're very similar ammunition. And there's always been this big debate about which one's better, but they're very similar. 45 ACP was invented with the 1911 back in 1911 by John Browning, and I mean it was standard issue for the longest time, all the way up until the 80s, and then it was replaced by the M9 Beretta, and then up until recently, I think 3 or 4 years ago, the new government contract for standard issue firearms is going to be Sig Sauer, the P320. I was looking at those. That might be the first gun that I get. It might be the P320. They're very cool.
Get a Mauser.
A Mauser? I'm sure they're really hard to find. I bet they're really expensive.
Or get that thing from Battlefield, like the little tiny like finger gun. Have you not seen that?
I think I know what you're talking about.
It has like 5 or 6 rounds. And it was in a video game, but like I've seen people get killed by that. If you get killed by that, disrespectful.
Is it like one of those guns that has like a stock that like goes down your arm or something like that?
No, like it was literally like it was a battlefield gun, but it was literally just like this. And whenever like
Like tweezers.
like tweezers, literally, like whenever he aimed the gun, he would pull his fingers up like this.
What?
And, like, it would shoot little peas. If you got hit like 6 times, you died.
That's funny. But yeah, anyways, what's cool about the new SIGs is that they, or the ones that they're using for this government contract, is their, what is it? I think it's called Fire Striker. It doesn't have a hammer. So the pin is encased in the slide. So you see most guns, they have like a little hammer on the back, right? But there's no hammer on it. And so it looks like a Glock, right? So it's just flat in the backside, and the pin is on the inside of the slide, and that's where that compression happens. But yeah, gonna shoot a shotgun, see what that's like. Maybe get a few birds. We'll see. But
you couldn't hit water if you fell out of a boat. Dude, you couldn't hit the ground if you jumped out of a window.
I think I could. Yeah. I'm a pretty good shot. I'm not gonna lie. I need to go to the firing range soon. Maybe I will.
I'm a better shot than you.
No.
I'm a better quickscoper than you.
No. Maybe we go to the range with Brett sometime this weekend.
Oh my god! If I went to the range and I had like a rifle, like a marksman rifle, something semi-automatic, for one shot, I would just have to just quick scope it.
No, I feel like they'd get mad at you. They're like, yeah, you can't do that.
I saw a video of this dude that was like at the firing range with his friend, and he was like holding his phone, taking videos with it, and then he like pretended to point it at his friend, and then this dude that worked at the firing range was like playing no games, like walked over and like full Nelson to him and was like, "You're out of here."
Wait, he did what?
He was like messing around with the gun, like taking a video, and then pointed it at his friend's head.
Oh.
And the firing range guy was like, no, you're out of here.
Wow. Yeah. You can't do that.
That's
That's really stupid. Yeah, that's not funny.
Can you befriend a bear?
Of course you can. You can befriend anything.
Bears are normally shy.
Well, Mike Tyson had tigers, so there's that. I think Mike Tyson was friends with his tigers. Would you ever own a tiger?
I was actually thinking about this. You can.
He had an albino tiger.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
You can befriend like pretty much any animal. Okay, like hear me out because it's kind of messed up. If you take the baby from the mom when the baby is very small, you become mama.
Yeah.
Like dad is mama to piddle.
Yeah.
So like if I had a bear cub that was a few weeks old, it's not going to kill me because if I nurture it, I'm mama.
Right. That's why you'll see videos of people who like have pet lions. They've like you've seen those videos.
Yeah, and like they haven't seen the lion in like 20 years, and then they come up to the lion, and the lion like just jumps on them and hugs them and licks them, and yeah.
Because I've seen a same thing recently where I think it was either a lion or a jaguar. There was like a mom antelope that literally gave birth on the spot, like it was a pregnant antelope, and it gave birth right as this jaguar was coming in. And the antelope took off, and then the jaguar just kind of like looked down at the ground at this.
I think I've seen
this
that.
Baby antelope, and then they just hung out. They were just buds.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought: either they're friends, or that jaguar is just waiting for it to be bigger.
Perhaps. You never really know.
Never know. Now that I think about it, I don't want to make a mama bear sad by taking her cub. But like the more that I think about it, I might get a bear cub when I'm later in my life, and instead of having a dog, I'm just gonna have a bear.
Well, that bear cub won't be a cub for long.
Well, of course, but I'm mama.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep with that bear.
Well, then you have to get a permit to have a dangerous animal.
Guess what? It's gonna have my name on it.
What happens if it kills someone? Now you're held accountable.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, are they gonna fine me or put me in jail, or are they just gonna kill the bear?
I would say I think it depends the circumstance and also what state you're in. But I would say I think in Texas, you would probably go to jail.
That's stupid. Just like I'm at work and I get a call, hey, your bear just killed someone.
And then they killed it.
And then they kill me.
No, they don't kill you. Bear kills someone, they kill the bear, to protect themselves.
And then they put me in jail.
And then you go to jail for your bear killing someone.
That's stupid.
Then you can just say, that's not my bear. How do you know that's my bear? I sold my bear a long time ago. I let him free.
Bongo wouldn't do that.
Bongo. What would you name your bear?
I don't know.
Brutus.
Yeah, I'd have to give him some kind of human name, but like a good human name.
Otis.
Mike.
Terry.
Franklin.
Franklin, that's a good one.
Goes by Frank.
Yeah. Also, I found out recently when I was watching that House of Cards TV show, Frank is also short for Francis. So if someone's name is Francis, because that's Kevin Spacey's character's name is Francis,
They call him Frank.
They call him Frank. Which I didn't know. I thought Frank was short for Franklin. But it's probably short for both. What do you think the worst thing you've ever done that you've been peer pressured into doing?
Whippets.
You've done whippets?
One time.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
Yep.
Was it like a can of whipped cream?
Yeah, it was one of those whipped cream things.
Yep.
The little like bullets of CO2.
Oh, you did one of those?
Yeah. They would just like, they took the ice cream thing or whatever, and then they took the bullet and they put it up to it and it went tss, and you could hear like the CO2 pressurizing the can. You take your shirt and you put it over your mouth and then you hit it and you stand up.
You get a really deep voice. Isn't that what happens? Don't you get a really deep voice?
Nope, you just don't know where the fuck you are for about 60 seconds. They say it makes you higher than meth for obviously not as long, but
You can get addicted to whippets.
yeah, I've only done them one time. I'm never doing them again. It was the stupidest thing I've ever done. Because it kills brain cells. Like,
It kills your brain.
It's just straight CO2. So I attribute some of my stupidness to whippets. One time I did whippets.
You probably could.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you'd done whippets like every week.
Fuck that. No. I know some people that used to do whippets like that, and I'm not even trying to be mean, but like they're stupid now. Like they are severely stupid.
Really?
They're not like
Were they stupid before?
They weren't as dull.
Really?
Yeah.
You can tell. Like, it's made that much of a difference. Wow. Yeah, so don't do whippets.
Don't. Never.
I think there's like, I remember someone telling a story that you can go somewhere, like you can go to a store and you can buy those canisters, and they're like, no, they are designed as whippet canisters.
We can go buy that shit right now and get fucked up.
Really?
Right now. Like, we could stop this podcast, go to Target for 15 minutes and come back.
Well, no, I mean, like, there's like specialty whippet cans. Like, people like branded them and made them for whippets.
That's just stupid. That is human right there. That is just human.
Capitalism.
I saw a funny video. It was like, yes, we're saying fuck capitalism, but my immigrant parents didn't bring me to the United States so I could be a broke bitch, so I gotta be a capitalist.
Yeah. Or you could just say it's opportunism.
Yeah.
Well, you know what opportunism is? In the sense of an economic term, it usually just means taking advantage of other people. So you have the opportunity to take advantage of someone, and
Well, I was going to say take advantage of just a good opportunity, but I mean, like the TikTok leggings on my store,
yeah.
I would say that's somewhat opportunism.
There's multiple ways to apply opportunistic or say that someone's an opportunist. But it's like the way that you try to describe it, like you're just taking advantage of an opportunity. Like you have an opportunity, you're just being opportunistic, right?
Yeah.
But then there's also the negative side of the word, so it could mean both things. And I would say that student loans are banks being opportunistic.
Yeah. That's one way to put it.
Yeah. But then that's the thing about student loans. It was kind of crazy. And luckily I haven't had to take any out, and I'm thankful for that, just because it messes people's lives up. I mean, for so long.
It puts you behind.
Big time. I mean, it's so bad.
Just for a piece of paper that might get you a good job.
It depends what you're studying. You know? The problem is that for so long, these student loans are promised by the federal government. So then basically these banks, whether or not a student's going to pay back the loan, it's guaranteed by the federal government. So the federal government says, okay, we'll pay you, like, basically you're paying your loan to the federal government because the federal government already gave the bank in which who gave you the loan, the student loan, they've already been paid, basically. So it's guaranteed. And so then it kind of puts the government in a hole. And so now you're paying the government. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse. You can go back to the 90s. I've actually done a handful of research on this. The real big time inflation of school tuition really began in the early 90s. And it became this relationship between the loans, those being a cap. Like there's a cap on the loan, right? So there's a certain amount of money that the government can guarantee and say, we'll give you this much money for this loan. And then because of that, now the money is guaranteed, schools can raise their tuition prices because this money is guaranteed by the government. And then people will say, okay, now tuition's more expensive. I can't afford it. I need more money from the loan. Loans get higher. Cap goes up on the loan. Schools raise tuition. Cap on the loans go up. Schools raise tuition. And so that started in the 50s. I think that's when, in the 50s is when the student loans became a thing. Because you'd say like, oh, I can't work through school, or like it's really hard to work through school. And you really could. You could do it. You could work and pay for school realistically in the 90s, maybe the early 2000s.
Not anymore.
No, not at all. It's very, very difficult. It's really far from realistic.
My friend Nikolai's actually doing it. He works 3 jobs. He pays his own rent and pays for UT.
Really?
Yeah. He's honestly he's one of the hardest working people I know. He'll come on here at some point.
It's hard. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to understand that more now because I'm paying for most of my expenses, utilities, parking, rent, and it's tough. It really is, especially when you're trying to balance all the things that you want to do, like have a social life, go to school, go to work, and even doing this podcast. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to balance it all. I also need to get a checkbook soon.
Really?
I need to. Well, because to pay for my parking, the only way that they accept it is through checks.
Oh.
So it's like $108 a month, and you have to drop your check in a little box to pay for it. I don't have any checks. I can't write any checks. I went up, I was like, can I just pay for it with my card? They're like, no. Why? Why is this the only way? Then also right before we started this podcast, I looked at their website. I was like, can I pay online? Like, no. Can't pay online. You can't pay with a card. You can't pay with cash.
Just write them a really bouncy check.
No, that's a bad idea. I'm pretty sure if you bounce checks, your credit score goes down.
110%.
Yeah, pretty sure that's how that works. But then again, I don't have a credit score, so it doesn't matter.
Me too. Even though I've checked it 17 times. Just kidding.
Really?
No.
I was about to say.
If your credit score, if you haven't started your credit score but you check it a bunch of times, does that make it go down, or does it make
well, it's 0. Like mine's 0 and yours is 0.
How do they calculate it? Do they average it out with stuff, or do they just this gets you points and this takes away points?
Yeah. So late payments, bouncing checks, and
fraud.
Yeah, I think that would do it. But I also was trying to figure out why, if you check your credit score a bunch, why does it lower it?
I think I was in the kitchen when you asked that to Mom.
And she said that if you ask about, if you start trying to apply for a bunch of credit cards and stuff, really rapidly, and you've got all these different organizations checking your credit score, to see if they're going to give it to you, I guess that doesn't look good.
Yeah. Or applying for a bunch of loans.
Yeah, I think if you apply for a bunch of loans, it does lower your credit score too. But
shit, I need money.
But I want to save money. Those are the last two like legitimate financial things I need to do is get a credit card and then also get a checkbook.
Yeah. There's really two schools of thought whenever it comes to the credit card conversation. There's people that say never get a credit card, live off debit and cash. And then there's the people that say only live off of a credit card. Because with a credit card, you have no liability. None of the money that you're spending is yours until you get the bill at the end of the month that you pay for. And if someone steals your credit card and goes and spends $1 million, you aren't held accountable for any of that. But if someone steals your debit card, figures out your PIN, and goes spends $1 million,
well, there's some protection for that. There's some insurance there. Don't know to what extent, but I know in every case where if I've ever been charged for something and I refuted it, I've always got my money back. But there wasn't anything huge. Usually it's been like
a subscription.
Yeah, like a subscription for, Netflix or a gym membership. And I was like, no, I already paid this. That's not me. I'm not paying that. And they were like, okay. So then they just refund it.
Yeah. One thing I found out is with Amazon, you order Amazon Prime and then cancel it. If you, let's say you order or you sign up for Amazon Prime on the 15th and then it goes to the next month and it's the 14th. If you cancel, you sign up on the 15th and then you go all the way to the next month to the 14th of the next month and you have 1 day left on that 1 month subscription. If you cancel it and then cancel it immediately, because they give you two options, you can either cancel it and finish out the subscription and it goes to until it ends, or you can cancel it immediately and get your money back. I had Amazon Prime for a really long time and I wasn't using it, so I decided to cancel it, and then I wasn't going to use it for the rest of the month, so I just canceled it immediately and they gave me my money back. And I was like, wait.
How much of it? Like the month?
Yeah, they gave me the whole month back.
Really?
So I was thinking, I could just sign up and unsign up and sign up and unsign up. I'm sure they've done some loophole figuring out there, but
in every case, which is, I find this to be amazing. I've always had a really good experience with anything that has to do with Amazon. So if I wanted,
I've had two bad experiences with Amazon.
What were those experiences?
I ordered a pair of basketball shorts and a pair of shoes. The basketball shorts were not the shorts that I ordered. They were this material, and they were supposed to be the PG material. You know those pants?
Yeah.
The picture of the pants was that material, and then it was like the windbreaker material that I'm wearing right now.
Okay.
And then the shoes, the box was open. It had rained. The shoes got wet, and the box was fucked. The box was smashed, and the shoes were wet. And I was like, what the fuck?
Maybe that's probably a problem with delivery.
Yeah, that probably is a delivery problem, but at the same time, I saw a video of a delivery driver pull up to someone's front door and they didn't even get out of the truck. They just, from the edge of that door that's always open, he just leaned out the side and threw the package to the doorstep and then got back in the truck. And the dude that was living there got so mad. You see him on the door camera. He gets out, picks up the package and runs and throws it at the truck and was like, what are you doing? That's my shit. And
why did he throw it again?
I don't know, but if I was the Amazon driver, I would have picked up that package and dipped.
I mean, he probably got fired.
Probably. It was all on video.
Yeah. But no, in every case that I've wanted to get a refund for something, for an item and I'm guilty of this. There's been a movie that I wanted to watch on Amazon Prime, and you can watch it for free, but you have to have the Showtime premium subscription or the Stars premium subscription. So I'd sign up for it, and then I'd watch the movie, and then I would say, okay, I don't want this anymore, and they give me money back. And I've done that every time I've done that, they've given me money back, but I haven't tried to do it again. Just because I feel bad.
Yeah, you feel bad that you're charging the biggest monopoly in maybe history.
Not in history, but I would say in the world right now.
You feel guilty for charging them $4.
It wasn't $4, but it was I think it was an extra $9 a month for the subscription. I was like, yeah, I can get my money back. They're like, yeah. Why'd you cancel? I was like, I just don't want it anymore.
I just already watched what I wanted to watch.
Yeah, I just want it for that one movie. And they're like, okay, well, that's fine. And they just give me money back. So,
Yeah, they do that. Like, you have to buy the subscription for HBO or Stars, and there's only like 3 good movies on the whole subscription.
I just think that's funny that they go in and out of season. Certain movies and TV shows do. I'm still upset that The Office isn't on Netflix. Why did they take it off in the first place?
So they can bring it back.
I mean,
Why do you raise your cholesterol?
so I can lower it.
Exactly.
Well,
But they took it off because of the jokes don't work in our post-joke world.
I don't think that was the case. I mean,
There were a few borderline jokes.
I mean, of all the TV shows that have been on Netflix, it's definitely the most viewed. It's definitely their most high trafficked TV show, and why they would get rid of it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I think it definitely it came down to a contract thing that said, okay, I think it's CBS that owns The Office, and if I had to guess, in the negotiations of renewing that contract, I'm sure CBS asked for more money than Netflix didn't want to pay it. And so now it's on Peacock. So if you want to watch The Office, it's on Peacock. Which I downloaded recently and watched a movie on it. It was nice.
Nice. Steve Carell did an interview, and they were talking to him about, like, have y'all ever thought about rebooting The Office and bringing back more seasons? And they were like, we've thought about it, but it just doesn't work in today's world. The jokes and the things that they would hint at and the jokes they would make, Steve Carell said, was just like, we don't want to take the chance on it. And honestly, it makes me so mad.
It does, but also at the same time, I like Quentin Tarantino's approach. You say that you can't do it until you do it, and then you've already done it. And then what are you going to do about it? Like, you can't tell me what to do. Because I forget who he was talking to or what the interview was about, but
if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Right.
So someone asked him, was like, do you think that you can still make these kinds of movies? He said, of course you can. Just make it. The hardest part would just be getting it approved by a studio, and then the studio taking on that liability. But then if you make it, if you make the movie, the TV show, whatever it is, it's already been made.
The worst thing you can do is put it on Peacock.
The worst thing you could do is put it on Peacock, but at the same time, just make it. Who cares? The only reason you say you can't make it is because you already decided you couldn't.
Anything's possible.
So just keep pushing that bubble, That's why I like Quentin Tarantino a lot. He's cool. I wish. What's funny is I forget who he's talking to. Actually, it might have been on Rogan. I was listening to that podcast, and he was talking about he had no background in filmmaking. His first movie was Reservoir Dogs. I think in '92 he wrote that movie. I think he's written all of his movies. He writes them and directs them. He wrote that movie, and he was working in a video store in the '80s, and he was just a fanatic of film. And I don't think he ever went to school to learn how to be a filmmaker. He's just really passionate about film. And he's like, I just really wanted to do it. And so he became who he is.
That's cool.
Yeah. So just be passionate, man. Just have some passion, a little bit of fire. That's okay.
If you have a burning desire, like something from a young age that's been ingrained into your head, by the time you die, you'll do it. Like, if you have a burning fucking desire for something, you're going to do it.
Just do it. Who cares, right?
Yeah. So what my burning desire is?
Tell me what your burning desire is.
To be famous. I'm just kidding. I would hate to be famous. Not saying like I'm going to be famous.
Well, it sounds like you want to be famous.
Honestly, I don't want to be famous. Like, I wouldn't mind being like in like a movie that's really big and everyone knows who I am, but I wouldn't want the side of famous where you step outside your house and the only thing you see is flashing fucking cameras. That I would hate that.
Yeah, I would. The people following around and knowing where you live thing.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well with me.
I was gonna ask you, have you ever seen a celebrity in public?
I would say yes, but because I knew they were going to be there. It was like part of an event.
Okay.
But like just passing someone on the street.
Yeah. I'm sure it's happened to both of us.
And you wouldn't know it.
I was gonna say like
I was gonna say that it would make a whole lot of sense to a lot of people, but if you go to school at UT and you're a fan of UT athletics, there was one time I was walking on campus away from the football stadium, and Sam Ellinger was walking. We like passed by each other, and I was like, "Hold on a second, was that?" Yeah, that was him. And I was like, "Okay, well, that was kind of cool." By the way, that guy, tree trunks for legs. That
Really?
guy, his legs are like this big around. I mean, they're huge. I saw like whenever you watch him play football, I can see why he runs people over. Yeah, huge.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyways, so I would say that was the only case. I mean, that's a local thing. So
Yeah.
and not a lot of people would know who he is.
I was gonna say like just imagine like way more times than you've seen a celebrity in public, you've passed one without knowing it. And especially with COVID and wearing masks, celebrities kind of caught a break. They get to put a mask on and no one knows that they're there.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to just like be walking down the street and then Adam Sandler's just coming my way. I don't know.
When you pull up to Adam Sandler at a light.
Yeah, and make him laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, if I made a celebrity that I like laugh, my life's complete. Like,
yeah,
that's it.
It's all over. It's only downhill from there. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. If I made a celebrity laugh, like genuinely laugh, I wouldn't let that one down. I would bring it up at every party for 10 years.
it's like Major. We heard. We know. We get it. You made.
Remember what I said though, right?
Yeah. Like you made Jonah Hill laugh that one time.
Made Seth Rogen laugh that one.
If you made Seth Rogen laugh, I would have mad respect. I mean, of all the people in the world that you'd want to hear laugh,
It's Seth Rogen. It's Seth Rogen.
his laugh is awesome.
It doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense, but it's. I can just hear his laugh in my head.
Would we get copyrighted if I played his laugh?
No, I mean, it's his laugh. I mean,
He copyrighted his own laugh.
he copyrighted his own laugh. No, here, do this. Put it on the Bluetooth.
Yeah, you got it then.
Okay, fine, then I'll do it. But no, his laugh is his laugh is awesome. I can just hear it. I can just hear it in my head right now.
I'm just gonna type in Seth Rogen's and see if laugh is one of them. You type in Seth Rogen's, and the third one is his laugh.
Really?
Seth Rogen's book.
He has a book? What did he write?
Oh shit! He actually does have a book. It's called Yearbook.
Yearbook? What's it about?
It's a comedy book, just a hilarious collection of real life stories and personal essays throughout his adolescence and career.
Really?
Yeah, he also has a biography.
Oh, it's a commercial. The birds are chirping. Okay, hopefully, there's another ad. Okay. I have a interesting story to tell after this.
Yeah, his book came out in May.
Yeah. No, I can't do it anymore. It's awesome. So if you told a joke and you made him laugh, that would be awesome.
I would be laughing harder than him once he starts laughing.
I think everyone would. I had a gnarly dream the other day, about 2 days ago. And I woke up in the middle of the night. I used to do this quite frequently, where I would dream journal certain dreams, especially when they're interesting. And the one I had, I mean, I didn't even know how to start to describe this. The dream was a movie. So it was a part of a movie. And for whatever reason, I guess because we were talking about David Fincher recently, I guess the title sequence said, directed by David Fincher. And so, what's funny is the main character in the movie was Nicolas Cage. And then halfway through the movie, it changed to Jim Carrey. So I don't know why.
What kind of movie would that be?
I don't know. And I wrote it down. It was about living in an alternate universe, like something happens and all of a sudden you find yourself in an alternate universe, like really connected to your real life self. And whatever happens to you in this alternate universe also happens to you in real life. So if you were to die, you would die in the exact same way you would in real life, but there's no way to get out of this alternate universe. And it's actually, it was weird because it was like really deadly. Like you would die to more things in this alternate universe than you normally would. So it's a lot more dangerous. And the people around you are the same, but they don't act exactly the same. They're just kind of.
Is this in your dream?
Yeah. And then.
This is what the movie is about.
Yes.
Okay.
The movie inside of my dream.
Fuck.
And so then
Dreamception.
Yeah, I know, right? It happens to me all the time, actually. Like I have lucid dreams very frequently.
I've never lucid dreamed.
Really?
Ever.
It happens to me all the time. Just because something will happen in my dream. Because initially when the dream's happening, you think, oh, like this is real life. Like this is what's happening.
But then something happens and you're like that.
You're like, yeah, like this doesn't add up. I'm in a dream right now. And then I'll just start doing whatever I want.
Yeah, I've always, if you're lucid dreaming, can you just like think and be like, okay, I want chocolate milk. And then like chocolate milk will be in your hand?
Yeah.
No way.
That's how it works.
Dude, I'm lucid dreaming every night.
No, but you have to, it's hard because obviously when you're dreaming, you're automatically reset to the state that you assume you're in reality, right? So then you have to find the pieces that each time
that tell you that you're in a dream.
Right.
That's the thing about the dream journal, so that whenever you document all of your dreams, once you come back to that dream, you'll know that you're in a dream because you know you wrote down pirate ship in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
God, that would be so cool.
Because there's been a handful of cases where I was like, oh, yep, I'm in a dream. And I lucid dreamed in that one too because I recognized that it wasn't reality, and I started like walking through walls and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah.
David told me about one lucid dream experience he had. He had it recently, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He said he listened to a certain like sound like on YouTube before he went to sleep, and apparently like it activates some part of your brain to make you like lucid dream or something. And he told me like as he was falling asleep, he could feel himself leave his body. Like he started to lucid dream, and he said like, you know, like, have you seen those movies where like someone dies and then like their body is laying there like parallel with the ground, but then like their soul like sits up and like looks around?
Yeah.
He said he was feeling like that. Like he was laying there, but then like he sat up without sitting up and like looked around and shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if I'd want to do that. He said it felt like his soul was leaving his body. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, I think I had an experience similar to that, I think last spring. And I was listening to something in my headphones. Like I was listening to another podcast. And what they were talking about inside the podcast was happening in my dream. So like I was asleep.
But you could hear what was going on.
But what was happening in my dream was what they were talking about.
Damn.
And then I woke up and I was like, no way that just happened. Because then it was still playing in my ear. I was like, I was just dreaming about this exact same thing. I was like, what? I was dreaming about what they were just talking about.
Damn.
They're talking about Bigfoot. So I was dreaming about finding Bigfoot.
Yeah, I've definitely come into your room in the morning and you had AirPods in, YouTube videos still playing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's usually how I fall asleep. It's my crutch. It's like if I don't have something to listen to, it's hard for me to fall asleep sometimes.
My crutch is when I get in bed, I stay in the same position for like 2 hours. And whenever I finally roll over, I pass the fuck out. I can't sleep on my back. So I sit on my back for like an hour and a half. And then whenever I roll over onto my right side and then onto my stomach, I hug the pillow, dude.
I cannot sleep on my stomach.
I only sleep on my stomach.
If I sleep on my stomach, my arms fall asleep in about 2 seconds. Both arms fall asleep, like painfully fall asleep.
How? I mean, I'm sure I've had my arm fall asleep, but
like putting your hands above your head when you sleep, I can't do that.
I do that
because both my arms will lose circulation really quickly.
I have a body pillow, so I make the body pillow make an L, and I put my head on the top part, and then I pull it around like to come across my body. So then I'm like holding it, and I don't know, my arms don't fall asleep. If anything, I just wake up with a stiff neck.
Really?
From being like this all night?
Oh, kind of a weird creak in your neck.
Yeah. I definitely, like when I wake up, I have good neck pops.
Oh yeah. I can sleep on my back, and I usually prefer to because that way, because I prefer to sleep on my side. It's more comfortable to me that way. But if the bed isn't comfy enough, if it's not soft enough, it hurts my shoulders. So then sleeping on my back is preferable so that I don't wake up, my arm hurts or excuse me, and I like rolled over weird. And I've definitely had it before where I've woken up from sleeping and I was on my side and I like jacked up my wrist or my elbow and it like hurts for like the next 2 or 3 weeks. And it usually sucked because I was playing sports, so I couldn't play. I was like, yeah, sorry. Slept on my wrist funny. I'm out for the next 2 weeks. Can't play.
I could sleep better on the floor on my stomach than I could on my back in a bed. Like once I roll onto my stomach, I pass out. Sucks for girls with big boobs. They can't sleep on their stomach.
I'm sure they can.
You're gonna have to put a pillow under your stomach.
I know that whenever you sleep on your side, you're supposed to put a pillow between your legs to help support your back.
Really?
Yeah. So next time you sleep on your side, if you put a pillow between your legs, it's more comfortable that way.
Yesterday, I figured out a way to pop my tailbone. And
what?
I was using a foam roller because I got in bed and my neck was really stiff. So
I've always known how to do that. You like roll it down to your tailbone and then you push on it.
Yeah, you put like the middle of your tailbone on top of it, and then you let your legs go limp, and then you take the foam roller and you just push it away from yourself.
Yeah, you press it down on top of your butt.
I did like one push and I got this deep ass pop, like the biggest drum in the drum set pop. And then
really?
I was like,
the bass drum.
I just want to yank it. Just like I want to rip it.
Just rip it.
It rippled and it felt so good.
There's nothing like popping your back on a foam roller. Do you think people popping their joints is more and more common?
Yeah. I would say it's more common with younger people because once you get older, your joints start to lose the oil.
But I just mean like the oil?
The lube, I don't know. Arthritis.
Well, okay, so that's part of I remember being a kid and popping my knuckles all the time, and Mima would say, you can't do that, you're going to get arthritis. And then Nick would say, that's why your fingers are so fat. And I'm like, well, sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually been proven that popping your knuckles isn't linked to arthritis, but when you have arthritis, you can't pop your knuckles.
Yeah.
And you have to boil your hands in wax. You
ever seen those videos of like chiropractors popping people? Like they get the neck strap and they like pop people's necks.
God, I want to do that so bad.
I've seen it a couple times where they've had old people in there and they pop old people's joints and it looks so painful and I feel so bad for them.
For them, that compression is built up over 30, 40, 50 years.
I'm sitting there thinking they're popping this old lady's back.
I think I know what video you're talking about. Was she going like...
I don't think so, but that's how if she has like scoliosis or something, that's how you paralyze someone.
Yeah.
So,
but the cracks sound good.
No, they don't. They're very deep.
You've seen the Y strap where they like yank their head?
Yeah.
I want to do that so bad.
Just buy one on Amazon.
Catherine has one.
Have you used it?
No, I don't trust her.
Think she's going to break your neck?
I let her pop my neck here and there. Like, I'll lay there and she'll, like, grab my head and, like, pop it. But, like, she's really aggressive with it. So, like, I don't let her do it all the time because I feel like she's going to kill me.
What's the weirdest thing you think you can pop?
I don't want to say it.
Okay. Well, I have two.
I have one for sure.
I could pop my nose.
You can? Oh my God, no way. That was a joke. That was real?
That was real.
That took no effort. You just...
Yeah.
Wow.
I could pop my nose.
The weird one, I can pop my dick.
I knew you were going to say that. I could pop my ears.
I've had my ear popped. I can't pop my own ears, but someone yanked my ear one time and we both heard it pop and we both laughed, but it hurt like fuck.
Yeah. Okay, well, we should probably wrap this up because I got Brett waiting on me over at the lease.
I remember one time during senior year English, I was talking to my friend Jacob, and I was just like, dude, you want to hear some crazy shit? And he was like, sure, bro. And I was like, all right, you're going to think I'm crazy, but just hear me out. I can pop my dick. And he was like, you could do that too? I thought I was alone. And I was just like,
easy with the ear. Easy.
Dude, no way.
If you're going to yell, back up.
Dude, that's crazy.
There you go.
Yeah. But, yeah. It was weird.
That was so loud. I don't think you have any idea how loud that was.
If anything, it makes up for my quietness.
I was going to say, oh my gosh, that was so loud. He's like, oh my gosh, I thought I was the only one.
Yeah. Sorry, Jacob, if you're listening. It's okay, I didn't say his last name. Okay, actually, I have our wrap-up question. I have a question for you. What is the most common name of your friends that you know? Like, like 7 people named this name or something.
Most common friend name.
Or like you've just met so many people named Melissa or something.
I'd probably say Jacob. I bet a lot of Jacobs.
Yeah, me too. For me, Sam. I've met so many Sams, whether it's guy named Sam or Samuel or a girl named Samantha going by Sam.
Yeah. I've actually met a handful of Sams too. I would say Sam and Jacob.
What's someone that you've met that you've never met anyone else with that name? Fucking say it, please. Please tell me you haven't met another major.
I have not met another major.
Woo! I know 2 other majors actually. And a dog named Major.
Really?
Yeah, I know 2 people and a dog named Major.
That's a great question because
for me, Eleazar.
Yeah.
I knew a friend in elementary school named Eleazar. I've never met anyone named that.
All right, well.
It's been a good one.
Brett's calling me right now, so I got to rock and roll.
Brandt doesn't want to do this anymore.
I know. So sorry. I'll be here tomorrow.
Catch us back.